Right then, just a short little video this morning. Just of the bits I picked up at my local car boot. It's quite a quiet one today, so I didn't get a lot, but I like a couple of the bits that I got. Oh, well, I like everything I got, but there's a couple that stand out for me. Anyway, let's start off with this old Parkinson Vice. I've got one or two of these. I don't know if they're quick release. I'll have to have a check because they're in my lockup, all stashed away. This one's been sprayed green. I've often seen them sprayed black. Maybe that's how they came in black. But yeah, 10 quid. I think there's a big section missing there. Look, it looks broken to me. But for a tenner, couldn't really go wrong with that. God, it weighs a blooming ton. Right, onwards and upwards. This nice little nut brown tin was given to me by a good friend of mine, a good woodworking friend of mine called Mr. Paul Hogwood. He's a very good turner. Anyway, he gave me this at the pub the other day because he knows I like bits and pieces, and then it's a nice old Stanley 3-metre rule, which is in immaculate condition. So, is it? No, it isn't. I picked up one the other day that was, but yeah. It's in good working order. It'll clean up nicely and it'll go with all my others. He turns all sorts of things, and he's turned a couple of bowling balls from Lignum Vitae, and he took out the numbers that are on the ends of the balls, and these are ivory, I think. Yeah, I'm sure they're ivory. But there's very, very, very fine detail. I don't know how they engraved it back in the day. Probably on a machine. Is that any better? But it's just, I just love it. It's just really lovely quality work. And the font as well. The number 2. It's just a lovely old font. And what was left in the rest of the tin were what looks to me, or they definitely are, mostly. It's easier if I do that. Brass pen nibs for fountain pens, a little Allen key. And then there was this little thing, which I've already looked up. It needs a handle put back on it. But it's a pencil sharpening knife, specifically for sharpening knives. I'm not sure what that bit on the back there is for. But it's also got, let's get the glasses on. It's also got a brand on it, so it's easy. I can trace it down. I've already done it, I think. Where is the mark? DRGM, and I think I googled it and it came up as a make, so it is a known thing. But yeah, I need to make a handle, and that little pencil sharpening blade can be popped on there. I think that's lovely. Very small, very tiny little key. Tiny little thing. God knows what that goes on. A little one of those ornamental padlocks. Couple of caps or covers. Crocodile clip. And a various range of steel. That looks like it's got some age. And look, they even made things that small. They even made the effort to put a little bit of detail in. Isn't that lovely? Plain brass one. The rest of them are all plain brass. Probably not as old as that old one with a little detail in, similar there. Yeah. So that was a nice little tin of bits that I keep meaning to have gone through. And I've done that there. So thank you, Oggy. That was very kind of it to think of me. Right, there's that. Now, I got that raw plug tin a while back, that orange raw plug tin, and I said I want to fill it and complete it with what it should be in there. Well, I'm starting. Here's a load of raw plugs. Now they're fibrous, aren't they, these old raw plugs? And I wonder if they were compressed. Rather than it be straight wood, they don't really have a smell to them. But I wonder if they were just compressed fibres into whatever lengths and shapes they used to be. But yeah, raw plugs to go in the tin to complete that. Okay, now, don't often find plumb bobs at car boot sales, but there's a nice steel one. I can't find any maker on it, but the end piece is brass. I think it's brass. It might be brass. But it's a very high quality thread, heavy as you'd expect. But yeah, I don't have many. I tend to just go with the brass ones. I don't really go with steel. But there you go, steel plumb bob for 50p, I think it was. I thought, yeah, I might as well go with that. And then we picked up this. Now it's the smallest one I've seen for a while. I'm not. I thought initially it was plastic, but it's not. It is metal. But have you ever seen those Silvac rabbits? These things always remind me of those. And I've got 3 different sizes. So it looks like 3 different Silvac rabbits. So it's just purely ornamental and it's just a bit of fun. So there's that. It's a local address, or an address in Southend actually, that prints out on that. I'm tempted to ring them up and see if they want to buy it for their house, but what's the point? You know, I'll keep it. A little hammerhead. Not a lot going on there. There might be some makers when I rub that clear, but never been used. Crisp, sharp, never been used, never been on a shaft, I should think. Looks like a coal hammerhead or something like that, used for that. There's that one. Then I picked up these 2 little hammers separately. This one is all metal, a lovely shaped head, GTA on there. Now whether that's the person that made it or used it or manufactured it, I don't know, but this is solid steel. It's been on there a very long time. It's completely, the head is completely mushroomed over the top. But it's a lovely shape, isn't it? Heavy little thing, nice little thing in your hand. A little bit of cleaning up, that'll come up nice. So there's that one. Can't remember how much it was. Not a lot. And this weird shape. Don't know what it was used for. But it's an unusual shaped head, I think. Whether this is the original shaft or not, I don't know. It's a long shaft. It's obviously, you know, just a general hammer shaft. But that's an unusual head. Whether it is handmade or is a purpose-built one, I don't know. I can't find any markings on that. But yeah, interesting little hammer. Right, and it's something I've been keeping a lot of recently, or not recently, quite a while, is motorbike spanners. And this one, I suppose, is motorbike spanner. It's German, Dowie Dat. You can guarantee I've said that wrong. But it just looks in really fine quality, standard material. 16 and 22 mil, German. Just picked that up because it was there. I don't really do spanners much, except for these motorbike ones. This one, made in England, it's a Shelly. Bigger than I normally go for as well. I tend to use this sort of size. This one here is an H&M. Don't really know that. Don't know if it is a motorbike one, but I expect it is. And the reason I bought those as a job lot for 50p each, I think it was for this one. Chrome, British made. And it's a Vincent, for the Vincent motorbike. That better to see against there. But yeah, Vincent. Really nice thing. I haven't got one of those. And here is my collection of motorbike spanners. I must put a piece of wood round there. Donut a piece of wood for that to stand in. Enfield. Rudge. Triumph, Humber. Don't know if they made bikes, and I certainly remember the cars. BSA. What's this one? Rover. Sunbeam. Could be cars, couldn't they? Swift. Another little Shelly. Another little BSA. And a Coventry Lee and Francis. So that's my so-called motorbike collection of spanners. Live in this pot. They go in there. Now, Scoutcrafter recently was telling me he showed, he had a visit to a glass insulators event, wherever he lives in New York. And I said to him, I've always wanted to collect those, but they don't do them in this country. And he sent me a little article, online article about insulators, and I was right. They don't do glass ones in this country. It's all ceramic. But I found this glass electrical insulator. I think it's green, but depending on the light, it looks slightly blue. It's got a diamond mark on. Nothing else really. But I thought, what a lovely little thing. And nice thread in there with the cobwebs. And yeah, an American glass insulator. £5 of that cost somewhere. Yeah, it was a £5 it was. But what a lovely thing. I really like it. Really like that. Probably won't ever see another glass insulator. But I've got one. Right. And I think that's me lot today. As I said, it's only a little one. Wasn't it, Frankie? Yeah, it disappeared. Yeah, it's just a small one because there weren't much there today. So, yeah. Until the next one. See you later.